The 2023 World Pro Ski Tour concluded last month with the World Championships, once again returning to beautiful Taos Ski Valley. The season featured 6 races in both the men's and women's division, taking place in 3 beautiful and outstanding locations. First stop was Steamboat Springs, Colorado. On day 1, Matthias Teferi of Norway and Evelina Fredriksson of Sweden were winners in the Super Slalom. Day 2 saw Reto Schmidiger of Switzerland and Aaron Milzinski of Canada take home the Moose Barrels Trophy. Then it was on to Bear Valley, California for the tour's second stop. David Ketterer of Germany and Aaron Milzinski won the Mazda Far West Pro Classic. Day 2 saw David Ketterer and Aaron Milzinski make it a clean sweep. The World Championship and World Pro Ski Tour Season Point Champion were on the line in Taos. On the men's side, Reto Schmidiger, and on the women's side, Aaron Milzinski defeated an elite field over the 2 days to claim the World Championships. Milzinski was joined by Simone Kamelander of Austria as winners in the season-ending point standings. On this edition of Life in Between Gates, we'll recap the season in full, as well as highlight our season-ending points champions, Aaron Milzinski and Simone Kamelander. It all comes your way next. This is the World Pro Ski Tour 2023.
For more than half a century, Seiko has been supporting athletes in their efforts to be the best. Now, we want to bring this reliable technology to anyone striving for a goal. Because we understand, a split second can change everything. Keep going forward. Prospex.
Introducing the first ever Mazda CX-50.
Life in Between Gates is brought to you by Clicker, Celsius, Seiko, Mazda, and Taos, home of the 2023 World Pro Ski Tour World Championships.
I'm John Franklin, CEO of the World Pro Ski Tour and Ski Racing Media, and we're here to kick off our 2023 season in Steamboat Springs, Colorado. We love coming to Steamboat Springs. Where we race is the oldest operating ski area in America here at House and Hill, and the course is a great one for pro ski racing.
Howdy everyone, I'm Michael Ankeny, and this is the Surefoot course description. All right, you gotta time it with this tree here. Right after the 2 goes away, you go up, and then time it opening. Pretty flat start, but then it rolls over, so you gotta get on it right away. Get on the outside ski, early pressure. We're coming into the first jump, which is the biggest one. Flat ski, get to the ground, outside ski. And then we have a nice rhythm section on the pitch. What you gotta do is you gotta make sure you absorb it onto the ski, and then it gets quick here. So you gotta have quick feet before the last jump. And it's the finish line, baby. Once you reach the line, you look up, you wave, and you say, "Thank you, everyone. I'm here for the victory." That's your Surefoot course description.
The 2023 season begins in Steamboat Springs, once again taking place at Howelson Hill, the oldest operating ski area in America. On day one, the Europeans scored victory in both the men's and women's divisions as Matthias Tefre of Norway and Evelina Fredriksson of Sweden captured their first ever World Pro Ski Tour titles.
The stage is set for the ladies. It's going to be in the big final, the Canadian against the Swede. In the small final, the Slovakian against the Norwegian. And first up, the small final, the consolation round between Morachikova and Norway. Sonia has to make up 0.6 of a second.
Well, Sonia, if anybody can do it, this girl can. She has one speed, and that is full send. She tries so hard every single run. Tuva's out ahead of her, though, but Sonia's catching up. She's really putting some pressure on Tuva right now. Coming off the final jump, they're both second jump, they're both very, very close. Coming into the final jump, it's Sonia that touches down first, and coming to the line, it's Tuva! Wow, what a finish!
The first big statement of the 2023 World Pro Ski Tour. Will it be the Canadian or will it be the Swede?
And the intensity is high. There is a lot of money on the line. $10,000 for the winner here at the World Pro Ski Tour. Coming down off that jump, Malinsky touches down first. Evelina is trying to work that ski, trying to find that line, trying to push some time. Evelina is coming on strong. Milzinski out in front. At this point, coming off the final jump, both at the same time. Coming down to the line, it's Evelina! Wins by 26/1000ths of a second. She is the City of Steamboat Springs Pro Open champion.
The races are tight. It looks like we've got 4 European racers in the finals. First time that's happened in a couple of years. So, another exciting day on the Pro Tour.
Now for the men. In the big final, we're going to have the Norwegian taking on the Frenchman. In the small final, Switzerland versus Norway. First up, the small final first run between Schmidinger and Lindstall. 4th place, Lindstall hurt his back, and he retires for the day. Victory lap going to Redo and earning him $3,000 and 3rd place. It's an all-European final here today at the World Pro Ski Tour. Norway versus France, Tefre versus Legier. Legier has to make up 0.18 of a second.
Tefre's out in front. Legier is making a few mistakes. So is Tefre. They're going off that jump, but landing down first. Go wow, get a little wild, get it crazy. Tefre out in front, coming down here to the bottom. Oh, he goes out. Oh, Tefre will become the World Pro Ski Tour champion here in Steamboat Springs.
What do you think of this Pro Tour stuff?
I like it.
You'll be back for more?
Well, definitely.
Day 2 from Steamboat Springs brought sunshine and warmer temperatures to Howelson Hill for the second race event of the 2023 World Pro Ski Tour.
Conditions are a little different today. We got the sun out, visibility is nice.
For the finals, first up, we've got the big final for the ladies between Fredriksson and Milzinski, and the small final between Jones and Harsh. Can Harsh extend that focus? Let's find out now.
She is jacked up. You see the energy getting out of the start gate? She knows she has a lead, but she doesn't care. She's going to drop the hammer. Take as much speed as she can off that jump. Pouring on the fluid down here on the bottom, trying to get way out ahead of Jones. Coming down these last few gates for the final jump. Jones is trying to step on the gas, trying to get some more time on Harsh. But Harsh is at least a full gate ahead and will come to the finish in 3rd place.
I think I had more fire today. I kept telling the starters that I was hungry. I also had the speed sparkles, and Erin and I both put them on. That was my first mistake.
Yeah, you forgot those yesterday.
I gave her my speed sparkles, and then she beat me.
And Milzinski with a huge advantage over Fredrickson, 0.6 of a second, but she knows she's going to have to figure out where she can push the line and play it safe on this track. It's very challenging. She needs to keep a good focus, and Fredrickson coming on strong, trying to pour on the gas in this technical section here. And here comes Milzinski down through this nice, sweet technical section, coming down to the final jump. It'll be Milzinski. She will win her first World Pro Ski Tour event.
Now for the men, we've got Ankeny, Schmidinger in the big final, Tefre Kamalander in the small final for third and fourth.
The Bolivian bomber is out. He knows he can't slack off. He's going to have to really charge hard down this hill. Tefre putting the pressure on Kamalander. Kamalander coming off that jump first. He's out in front, but he's getting a little wild. He's waving to the crowd with that outside in, giving some room for Tefre to gain on him. Whoa, Tefre makes a big mistake, almost loses it. Kamalander really poured on the steam on the bottom. There goes Kamalander to the line in third place. And this is it, Mark, for all the marbles in the Moose Barrows Trophy. Will it be Schmidinger or will it be Michael Ankeny who takes away the big money? Schmidinger out in front with that huge advantage. Watch how light he is on his skis. Never pushing too hard. Nice, quick from edge to edge. Ankeny getting a little wild, little inside. Schmidinger down here on the second section. He's really smoking through these turns, coming down through the bottom. And here it is, Schmidinger out in front. Ankeny really trying to charge, trying to make some time on Schmidinger. It'll be close, but not close enough. It's Schmidinger who wins the Moose Barrows Trophy.
What'd you think?
Hey, it's great.
When we return to Life in Between Gates, we go up close with the winner of the 2023 World Championship and World Pro Ski Tour season-ending point winner, Aaron Milzinski.
My name is Micha Kürner. I've been skiing for over 30 years for sure. I mean, I think I never skipped a season, honestly, in my life. How I made it in the World Cup, I wasn't making it by the book. I made it late. I grew over the summer and voila, I didn't know how to ski GS anymore. It took years with ski instructors in Slovenia to really get the education and really get the broad spectrum of things. You really gotta create a clear picture of where you are and where you want to be and how do you want to get there. You will learn, you will change, and you will become better. I'm skiing right now better than I ever was, even if my physical state is not as it was when I was 25. It's that important in alpine skiing.
A native of Ontario, Canada, Aaron Milzinski has raced competitively since 2009. A veteran of 3 Winter Olympics and 5 World Cup championships, Milzinski dominated 2023 on the World Pro Ski Tour. Winning 3 times and finishing second 3 times, she captured both the World Championship and season point leader on tour.
Hi, I'm Aaron Milzinski. I started skiing on snow and water before I was 2 years old. I was a better water skier than Alpine skier, and I went to the Junior Worlds for water skiing and the Junior Masters. But my heart was in the mountains, and so when I was 18, I was named to the Canadian ski team, and I spent 14 years racing for Canada. I competed in 4 Olympic Games. I stepped on the World Cup podium 2 times and the World Championship podium once, and I became the first Canadian woman to win a World Cup race in slalom in 41 years. For me, skiing was something I always loved to do. It was something that was part of my family. I loved everything about it, and so when I had to make the decision between water and mountains, I chose the mountains. I started skiing at Georgian Peak Ski Club. It's my home club. It's not very long, but it's steep, and we have a community that's just absolutely incredible. And I have one sister, and I would chase her around. She was really fast. I wanted to do everything she could do, and so when she started racing, I really wanted to race, and I was 5 years old. And you are only allowed to start racing at 6 years old, and so they actually put me into the race under another name because my sister was racing, so I wanted to race, and so I raced under another name. And we would drive up every weekend 2 hours to my cottage, and we would ski at Georgian Peaks. I started skiing in a very icy place where I'm from. There's no mountains, there's no powder, it's just a lot of ice, a lot of runs. And kind of built from there. We'd always go on family vacations. It was something we did as a family. I did it with my grandpa, I did it with my grandma, and my grandpa taught me how to tuck and how to do tuck turns. And so for me, it was just everything with our family. We didn't ever have family dinner, we had family ski days. Both of my parents have quite high levels in coaching, especially my mom. And so they give us tips when we were on the hill. And my sister was a great skier, but an even better water skier. And so she chose water skiing where I chose alpine skiing. And so skiing runs deep in my family, but we have no Olympians. We have no really huge skiing legacy other than loving the sport and being one of the first members of my ski club. My ski story is a bit different because I didn't grow up wanting to win World Cups. I didn't grow up wanting to be an Olympian. I grew up loving to ski. I just wanted to get faster. My personality is when there's a challenge in front of me, I want to meet that challenge and get better. Yeah, I've been to 4 Olympic Games and every one was completely different. To compete in Olympics at home in Canada was something that very few people get to experience. Racing across the finish line and hearing people stomping their feet and cheering and shaking their cowbells, and even in the start they're yelling your name. You know, go Erin, let's go Canada, because you're in Canada and you're racing the Olympic Games. That I don't know if any Olympics will beat that, because that's something that very few people get to experience, and I will always cherish that. And this last Olympics in Beijing was really special because I knew it was my last, so I wanted to savor every moment. I really knew that it was my last game, so I hugged all my friends, I took part in closing ceremonies, and I really wanted to make it special. The lessons and everything that I can take away from that will last me my lifetime. And so every game's so special. I wish I wrote everything down to remember everything, but super important parts of my life. My first race with the World Pro Ski Tour was in Taos at World Champs last year. That was a tough race to start with because it was a stacked race. But it was tough for me personally because I had decided to retire from World Cup racing, but I hadn't told anyone yet. And to be honest, I don't think I was ready or prepared or really wanted to stand in a start gate that soon after deciding to retire. It was a hard race for me. I wanted to race fast, but also I had a lot of emotions in that race. And so throughout the summer, I kind of was waiting to see how I would feel, and the guys at Sports Insurance, they stepped in and they're like, what if we pay your way? What if we make this possible? What if we sponsor you? You can create a team, which for me, of course, as soon as team is mentioned, it's more fun. It's been really fun this year. It was really amazing in Steamboat. I love that it's athlete-centered, athletes first, athletes supporting athletes. You know, you want to like the people that you work with. So that's why it's really cool with Sports Insurance with this Pro Tour, because what they're trying to do and how they're trying to support this women's tour and try to bolster it and try to support the athletes and make sure that they feel that way. And every time they say, you know, go have fun, we'll take care of the rest later. In retirement, you don't feel that power and strength that often, whereas I used to feel it every day. And when I race the Pro Tour, I get to feel powerful and strong each and every run, and so that was really cool to have that feeling again. I always promised myself that skiing had to be fun and racing had to be fun, so if I'm having fun, you'll probably see me back here.
Erin is amazing. I mean, she's very advanced with her thinking. I think she's very educated.
I've spent so many years competing at such a high level that this is different for me, and I want this to be different. But of course there's amazing skiers. You know, as soon as the World Cup girls are going to come down, it's going to be really, really high level, but it's cool because it is high level. And Tuva and I were talking about that yesterday, that we'll try our best and we'll give everyone a run for their money if we can. And I think that's what's really cool about the Pro Tour, that I mean, everyone has a shot, you just can't back down. We're all good enough, no matter how we do, and we're friends. And also, if we're gonna bolster this circuit and have more girls racing, why not make it fun and supportive? And that's what we need as females in the industry. A lot of girls root for each other and want each other to do well, and I think it's because we know how hard it is to have success, and we also know how sad it is when you don't do well. A lot has changed in the past year, and it's been a tough year full of transitioning, but the people who have stuck with me through the ups and downs, through the professional ski racing and now the Pro Tour and through everything in between, it's those people that I want to have by my side. I wish they were here with me today, but they're the ones that make it all happen. They're family, whether that's a sponsor or my family or my friends, they are family.
When we return, the tour returns to Bear Valley and a clean sweep over the 2 days in both the men's and women's division.
In general, ski racing is a pretty tough sport.
Racers ready?
Using my DNA Vibe has allowed me to train harder, longer, and recover faster. Less days off, more time on the snow, beating my competitors. Having another option to be doing what we love and to continue to race, it just keeps the sport open and keeps you in it.
Here is a place situated off the map of ordinary, a place that is independent, free-spirited, and intimate in scale. A place that since its first lift was installed over 60 years ago has strived to stay true to its roots while growing better rather than bigger. This vision for the future has helped make us the first ski resort in the world to earn B Corp certification. It's a symbol of where we're headed and what we stand for. We hope you will join us.
Born of the same individualism, enthusiasm, and ingenuity that marks the American West, come the most innovative skis in skiing. Peak Skis, created by Bodie Miller in Bozeman, Montana, with new thinking, unbridled passion, and new technology that promises to forever change the ski industry.
I love to drink some Celsius between our runs so I can get some more energy.
Yeah, to recharge.
I'm David Ketterer, and when it gets down to the round of 16, I have a Celsius, I get fired up, and it's down to the wire. KO rounds, high intensity, and good racing.
It's a hot day, a lot of runs, but thankfully Celsius is giving me the energy to ski fast.
Celsius gives me the kick between the runs.
Here in historic Bear Valley for the second stop of the 223 World Pro Ski Tour. This is a historic valley because the tour came here back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, but we haven't been here in 30 years. It was the site of epic battles between triple Olympic gold medalist Jean-Claude Keely, guys like Spider Savage, Billy Kidd, and all the historic names of skiing, the iconic names. And we're back here for a giant slalom today and a super slalom tomorrow, both men and women.
All right, this is Nick Cohey, former World Cup skier, current two-time Dad of the Year, giving you the Surefoot course report. Okay, you gotta pick up the outside ski because it's pretty firm, really disciplined body position. As you come into the jump, you really gotta be disciplined. Shuff your speed a little bit, otherwise you fly too far, land hard. You can really take advantage of these turns in here. And same kind of thing, jump the speed a little bit, land, and then really rip all the way to the bottom. Carry some speed. Last jump, no problem. Reach for the finish. This is Nick Cohey. That was the Surefoot course report.
The second stop on the 2023 World Pro Ski Tour made its visit to Bear Valley. Day one from Bear Valley saw the skiers face the elements. The combination of snow and wind created a challenging and yet exciting weekend of pro racing. On the women's side, Canadian Erin Milzinski defeated Norway's Tuva Nordby in the finals to capture the Mazda Far West Classic and her second win in 2023.
Going into this final run here at Bear Valley.
Friends and teammates, but this is going to be a prize fight and a knockout for coming down for the finish. Milzinski out in front. Watch how subtle she is off the jump. Quick landing and right on the skis. Razor sharp skis to cut through that slick surface. She's really accelerating from gate to gate. Tuva's going to have to really push to make up some time. Milzinski coming down to the second jump. Our last jump on the bottom and comes down towards the finish. It'll be Milzinski. She will be the Mazda Far West Pro Classic champion.
Feels really good. I mean, it always feels good to walk away with a win. The money is amazing, of course, but it was a tough day. I was really nervous coming in. The jumps are big. The course is icy, which I actually like ice, but there's not much room for error, which we saw today. And so every run, it was nerve-wracking, but I tried to ski smart and powerful, and it felt really cool today.
Time now for the men's finals for $10,000. First up in the small final, the American Kiefer Christensen going up against the Norwegian Joachim Lien.
And Lien has been a lean, mean fighting machine all day long. He blasted out of the start first with that slight advantage over Christensen. Lien gets his leg over the side off balance, but boy, pulls it back together. That opened the door. Christensen coming on strong. Lien is still out in front. Christensen is going to have to push for time. It's been a long day. Lights a little flat. Christensen trying to make some time on Lien. Lien coming down through the final gates. He will take third place in the race.
Simone Breifus Camelander challenging David Ketterer for $10,000.
And Simone fires once again like a rocket out of that start. Ketterer's gonna have to really push, really make some sweet carving arcs like knives into this ice, trying to generate as much power as you can. Ketterer moving in front of Camelander, touching down first off the second bump. Camelander makes a mistake. Ketterer's losing some time. Camelander, Ketterer coming down to the line. It's Ketterer, the Mazda Far West Pro Champion.
I'm equally tired and happy. It's been a super long day, super tiring day, and it's a lot of runs if you go from qualifying, round of 16, round of 8, round of 4, and then the final. But I'm super happy. Walk away with the win, walk away with the 10 grand. It's fantastic.
Today's second day here at Bear Valley. Sun is shining, everybody's happy, super excited, and slalom is coming up, pretty hot, looks nice up there. I hope the wind is not too heavy, but yeah, I'm ready for it.
Who wants it more for $10,000? Will it be Milzinski or Morchikova in the women's finals?
Milzinski out first over Morchikova, and Milzinski has just executed some amazing turns over the course of this weekend. That snow is so slick, so firm. She is just comfortable, confident, and just flying down this hill, executing excellent turns on that super tough surface. Morchikova is trying to gain ground on her, but Milzinski's still out in front off that second jump where we're having all kinds of trouble. Milzinski coming down to the final jump, ahead by a mile, comes to the finish. She will be our clicker pro champion.
We have the smoking gun from yesterday, the German David Ketterer taking on the Bolivian Olympian Simone Breifus Camelander, a mirror image from yesterday's race. This is for all the marbles between Ketterer and Simone Breifus Camelander.
And even though Ketterer has the advantage, he knows that Simone was so close to him in yesterday's giant slalom race here in Bear Valley. Ketterer out in front, but Camelander is squeaking up behind him, almost neck and neck at this point. Camelander really trying to pour on the juice down here through these final gates before the second jump. Ketterer touches down first. Camelander trying to scramble, trying to make some time, cutting the line off a little too direct. Ketterer going as fast as he can down towards the bottom gates. It looks like it'll be Ketterer who wins the CBS Sports Pro Challenge.
I'm equally happy and exhausted, but yeah, 2 back-to-back wins, $20,000. Couldn't be any happier. I think I got better at starting throughout the weekend, which helped me, and Yeah, I mean, it just also to keep the focus high. I think it's been another 8 runs today, and it's been really taxing on the body, on the mind, but couldn't be any happier.
Like a great energy here on this place. Really happy, you know. 2-time second place, leading the overall standings. Now back home, back to family, and then getting ready for the next races. I mean, more than motivated, you know.
Up next on Life in Between Gates, we sit down with season point winner Simone Kamelander. Simone Kamelander is a 30-year-old Bolivian-Austrian alpine skier. In the 2018 Winter Olympics, Kamelander represented Bolivia as the flag bearer in the opening ceremonies. He made his debut with the World Pro Ski Tour in 2020. In 2022, he placed third in the overall standings. But in 2023, he was the most consistent over the course of the season to become the season points champion in the men's division.
It's me, Simon Breitfuß Kamelander, Austrian born in a small valley called Pitztal. My father a ski racer as well, and on the age of 3 years old I got my first pairs of skis and started skiing, and then pretty soon I made the decision that I want to be a ski racer, you know, and from that moment on there was no stopping, whatever. I was just like focusing and just making it happen. When this World Pro Ski Tour came and got like restarted, that was like very interesting for me because my dad raced the old Pro Tour back in the days, and pro racing was always like, you know, that looks fun and that's real ski racing. And so World Pro Ski Tour was for me the one and only opportunity to do what I love to, racing, go fast against the fastest guys of the world, you know. And I mean, because of I'm skiing good and fast, that's why I always kept going, you know. I'm really happy to be here in Taos again, and I mean, super stoked and can't wait to race. It's so much fun and great to see all the guys coming from the World Cup trying to give their best at the World Pro Ski Tour, but you know, it's something different. I would say it's a different discipline, different sport almost. It's already at the start with the start gates, they are not used to it, so it's interesting to see how fast they get used to it and how they get into the courses and jumps, you know, especially. So that's totally different to the World Cup, so really looking forward tomorrow to see what's going on with those fast guys. I mean, everybody can ski fast, pretty much, but me too, so it's going to be interesting. I don't think that I'm looking to someone who's skiing next to me, you know. The biggest challenge is just me, myself, my feelings, and going every single run against the time, whatever it is, you know, how you want to say it. For sure, depends on who's next to you. You can take it a little easier, or you have to send it. You have to push, but that's always different, you know. At the Pro Tour, there's no race like the other. And that makes it interesting, and nobody really knows who's really fast or who's struggling with some settings, whatever. So, you know, when you're really into the focus of the race mode, you should not see or feel what the guy next to you does. So you should be like so focused that it's just your run, and then you see, I mean, for sure you feel what the guy next to you is doing, if he's catching up or he's skiing faster or whatever, but still the focus is only on your own course, and I mean, that's what we are used to do in trainings as well. So I think the biggest competition is just against the course and the thing what you have to do your own. So, you know, shit happens so quick in those kind of racing. You have to go, you have to focus, you have to be so consistent, not only in the slalom or giant slalom, you have to be on it those days. And I don't know, you know, we will see. Difference are completely different, the hill, jumps, everything, so it's a new game. I came to Steamboat, first day I was completely not getting into it, you know, the soft snow and bad slope conditions, they just made me like pissed. And then second day I was able to focus myself. I was able to get like adjust the things and to adopt many things, you know. Had a third place in Steamboat, so podium, and podium is always good. And then after that, great training and changed some few details, and After that, going to Bear Valley, it's me and David. I mean, David, you know, I was just made for him. He was coming back from the World Cup, had some good results, and his whole setup, everything, was made for these hard, icy slopes. But nice, you know, I mean, it was great skiing. And now we are here in Taos. We've been here last year, you know, and there was almost like summertime skiing. That's a big weekend, big opportunities to get some money, just to make the overall title, you know, and the standings on the tour. I mean, but that's for everybody pretty much the same. We are all here to race, we are here to give the best. Then after the race on Saturday, we will see who made the best out of it. I mean, the pressure is on for sure. It's not so easy, but I mean, we worked hard for it, and I think we are ready. The podium, it's always nice, and the most beautiful thing is like the top of the podium. This year was really I mean, it wasn't that bad, it wasn't that good for me. Personally, I had some good results. Last time in Bear Valley, 2 second places. There was just some, you know, air to get better. I think we figured it out pretty much the last couple of weeks while we were training back in Austria. And I mean, here we are, and let's see how fast everybody else is going. I had a good season last year. I've won the race in Aspen. That was such a great experience. Got good results, and for this year, still the same, you know. I'm skiing fast, I'm skiing good. So I had 2 second places last race, so, you know, it's always something, you know, you can get better in. But like I think the main motivation is just like skiing and skiing fast to show what you can do. And I think at the World Pro Ski Tour, that's the one and only real and fair ski racing right now, what exists.
When we return to Life in Between Gates, we'll recap the World Championships.
In general, ski racing is a pretty tough sport.
Racers ready?
Using my DNA vibe has allowed me to train harder, longer, and recover faster. Less days off, more time on the snow, beating my competitors. Having another option to be doing what we love and to continue to race, it just keeps the sport open and keeps you in it.
Introducing the first ever Mazda CX-50.
Here is a place situated off the map of ordinary, a place that is independent, free-spirited, and intimate in scale. A place that since its first lift was installed over 60 years ago has strived to stay true to its roots while growing better rather than bigger. This vision for the future has helped make us the first ski resort in the world to earn B Corp certification. It's a symbol of where we're headed and what we stand for. We hope you will join us.
When the crew at Vertical Brands reintroduced the classic ski wear from CB Sports, it was a perfect fit for the World Pro Ski Tour. The new CB Sports brand joined the tour as official outerwear partner this season, with the iconic style on World Pro Ski Tour uniforms for the crew, executive staff, and sponsors. Founded in 1969 by world-famous ski racer CB Vaughn, the brand was launched with the first stretch ski pant and morphed into the style with bright-colored jackets with horizontal stripes we all love and remember from the 80s. Today, CB Sports is back and better than ever, supporting the tour with functional outerwear that features today's technology in waterproofing, breathability, and tech features with the throwback CB style. CB is invested in the tour long term and making big strides together with their brand and the World Pro Ski Tour.
We're at the top of the slalom for day one of the World Pro Ski Tour World Championships in beautiful Taos, New Mexico. It's been a bit windy this morning. We had a couple of racer meetings to decide how, when, and where we were going to be starting from. But we got a little break from the weather gods. We got the course cleared off. We had a couple feet of snow drifting over the jumps, and we were able to get the race off with a little break in the weather.
What's up? This is River Radimus. I'm here with your Surefoot course description. Right out of the start, you got 3 big jumps, 2 trail turns, lots of big ruts. Sometimes the first jump, press over, come down, a lot of speed. You gotta adjust, keep rolling. Come over to the second jump, find your touch, and go as fast as you can across the flat. Here's the waterfall trail turn here. You gotta make sure you're carrying speed and getting ready for the last section. Last jump, super straight, push off it, and now you're on the final stretch. Push as hard as you can, come to the finish, and move to the line. I'm River Radimus, and that's been your Surefoot course description.
The 2023 World Pro Ski Tour concluded its season once again in beautiful Taos, New Mexico for the World Championships.
Let's take a look at the bracket. We've got Aaron Milzinski, the 4-time Olympian, going up against the newly crowned FIS World Cup gold medalist, Paula Moltzen.
On course, here we go. Monson out first to the red course side. Big gust coming up there now, equal for both pros as they drop down into the first jump. Everything running clean and smooth up there. Good job, the course setters redoing this out in front still. On that red course side is Marta Monson. After the first run, she had a 3.27 advantage. Can close the gap, trailing behind the American. Let you make a difference here at the bottom of the blue course side. We see it close the gap as they make the turn. Here goes Mangan. Gets a little advantage on the inside course, but then the inside turns to the red side. Over the waterfall, touching down, about dead even anybody's race to the finish here. This is going to be a close one. Have to go to the clock to tell this one. Looks like red course has the advantage. Oh no! Oh, tough way to end it there. Over the blue course side.
All or nothing right here for all the marbles. $20,000 in the title here at Taos for the World Pro Ski Tour Finals. Take it away, Kevin Clark.
Light goes green on the red course. Out goes Paula Moltzen. Aaron Milzinski doing a lot of chasing here today. Uncharacteristically, Paula Moltzen with a big season. Oh, Moltzen get launched. She hangs on there, gives Milzinski a chance to close the gap, and Moltzen stays in the groove. Loading up the ski, gets a big energy as Milzinski struggles to try to keep Moltzen in sight as she makes the turn on the red course, all alone, head for the finish line. But here comes Milzinski, trying to do what she can to even it up on the blue course side. Moltzen touches down with about a gate's advantage. It's gonna be all Paula Moltzen, your defending champion, at the finish line, looks over her shoulder. $20,000 going to Paula Moltzen.
It was fun. I think we were able to keep safety first, and that's really important to a lot of athletes. We had some course redresses, and it was a battle out there. It wasn't easy. It got dark out, as you can see. Had a lot of fun though. It's always fun to push and fight for first.
Here's a look at the bracket for the final racers. The Olympian from Czechia, Filip Voracek. The Swiss star, Rito Schmidiger. In the small final, the World Cup slalom champ, David Ketterer. And the Olympian, Wiley Maple.
So the doors open for Maple. Bang, out of course he goes. Ketterer not far behind. Timed it perfectly. Maple a little bit of an advantage on the red side. Ketterer right there with him as they approach the jump. Looks like Ketterer's already made a move over Maple, touching down early on the blue course side. Maple starts to fall behind as the German starts to pull away.
Oh, Maple sliding out.
For Maple, tough break for Maple. That's going to be David Ketterer on the number 3 step on the podium out front. He doesn't know that Wiley's gone. Hasn't let off the gas at all. Fugas, as they say in Deutsch, for David Ketterer.
And look at that. Ketterer coming across the line. Going to be $4,500 richer. That's going to buy some great baby formula and some diapers right there for Rosie. Make mama proud. There you go, Ketterer from Germany taking 3rd place out here.
This is for the finals. Reto Schmidinger and Philippe Voracek. Out goes Schmidinger. Then, Voracek left snoozing up there. All about Schmidinger out in front. He did not make a move when the lights went green. Tough break for the rookie coming out of the start, trying to make up some ground, but after the first run, it was all Schmidinger with a second advantage, and he's capitalizing on that right now. Out in front is Big Gustus. The wind blow down here, looking calm up there, Schmidinger. Double victories in Steamboat Spring, heading for $20,000 here. Here comes Voracek, but not near enough, a little too late, and it's going to be at the finish line. Schmidinger with the win here in the World Championships, $20,000 richer.
Reto Schmidinger, Switzerland taking the victory.
Yeah, I'm happy with the day, and I hope we have a good race tomorrow too.
Day 2 saw the weather clear, providing excellent conditions for the giant slalom.
And we're here for day 2 of the World Pro Ski Tour World Championships in Taos, New Mexico. Today is a giant slalom. Giant slalom, the gates are wider, the track runs faster, the racers are on longer skis, and they are excited about the hard snow, the clear skies, the great weather, and everybody is ready to rock and roll day 2 of the World Championships.
In the big final for $20,000, we have 2 World Cup and Olympic athletes facing off. Tricia Mangan, who finished 4th here yesterday, and Aaron Milzinski, who finished 2nd yesterday. But first up, in the small final, we have the 2-time All-American Emma Hammergaard and national team member Candace Crawford.
Who's going to be number 3, number 4, $1,500 difference between the two. 4th place. Oh, trouble up against the doors. Ouch. Oh, Hammergaard tries to get that advantage back. She knows she had to do something.
Yeah.
To make up 7/10 of a second, you got to take a chance.
That was not what she needed to do, though.
No. You're hoping the doors were going to open when you got there, so you never want to give up, though. Crawford having a little bit of trouble on the red course side. Hammergaard is fighting her way back in on the blue, but we know what happened. Over the waterfall on the red course side, it's see ya. Touching down, you got to get it all the way down to the finish line. The Canadian going to be in the number 3 spot as they cross the finish. Out goes Emma. And that's your 3rd and 4th place finishers here today in the women's portion of the World Championship.
4-time Olympian Milzinski, 2-time Olympian Mangan. The advantage goes to Mangan with 2.90. We're ready.
So the American gets that extra boost at the top, and the doors open for her first. 2.90. Here we go. Doors open up for the American, chasing down by your leader of the World Pro Ski Tour. Aaron Milzinski down the pitch to go. Out in front as Mangan touches down. Oh, she's all kinds of twisted coming off that top jump. Spray coming off of Milzinski's skis as the American leads away. Here comes Milzinski down in her truck on the red course side. Freight training along. Mangan out in front, makes the turn in good shape where the blue course speeds up through here. Then you get to the turn of the waterfall. Looks like Mangan may have enough as she's touching down. She's wide. Here comes Milzinski. It's Mangan, the American, winning it. Mangan again all across the finish line. Mangan with the win.
Today, honestly, I was so exhausted. Yesterday, it really took it out of me. So I think today was just about staying focused on one run at a time and not thinking about anything past that, just so I could have the energy for each run. But overall, today was so much fun. The course stayed in great shape. The jet skis felt great. So yeah, it was really fun.
In the big final for $20,000, we have Jeffrey Reed from Canada, who's coming off his best season to date, going up against River Radamus from the U.S. Ski Team, who recently won gold at the championships in the team parallel event.
$20,000 up for grabs. This the consolation round, the battle for 3rd and 4th place. And Uncle Lee, who do you think's going to get this one first round?
You know, I'm going to go with the Joker here. I'm going to stick on American soil, stick with Ankeny. He's got a lot of experience in this. However, Eric Reed last year won on this. Shenanigans.
No, that is not the way. He is not happy with that. Chipped in coming off the jump. Not the kind of mistake you see him make. So, Eric Reed with the big advantage. We got to run both runs because we've seen guys lose it with big advantages here on the waterfall jump. So, we'll get him back to the top and see if Ankeny has anything as he looks over his shoulder. Wanting that $20,000 for first. We'll settle it up with 2 runs to go. The doors open simultaneously on this run. Out on track to go. Both these guys trying to figure out that start. Strong run. Looks like Radimus may have a little bit of an edge. Not by much though on a red course side. Here comes the Canadian. Back and forth. These guys have been racing World Cup together all season long. Anybody race? This is what we want to see in the finals. The American makes the turn. Radimus knows he's going to pick up some ground, but Reed knows when you make the turn over the waterfall, the red course gets quicker. Over the jump they go. Dead even. Radimus on blue. Reed on the red. Looks like Reed starts to pull away on the red course side. Across he will go first. Picking up the advantage. A 2:27 going to Jeffrey Reed.
It's awesome to be able to come to a race like this and have this high level of competition and be able to push each other to our absolute limit and have some good prize money on the line. So it's just the most fun weekend of the year for me, I think.
Introducing the first ever Mazda CX-50.
Here is a place situated off the map of ordinary, a place that is independent, free-spirited, and intimate in scale. A place that since its first lift was installed over 60 years ago has strived to stay true to its roots while growing better rather than bigger. This vision for the future has helped make us the first ski resort in the world to earn B Corp certification. It's a symbol of where we're headed and what we stand for. We hope you will join us.
In New Mexico, agua es vida. As kids, we learned to fish in the Rio Gallinas. At the time, we didn't realize it was the lifeline of the town. And for a minute, the town forgot as well. But we cleaned it up and restored it to its natural state. It gives people this chance to see an amazing bird, like a summer tanager, in a place you don't expect. It's just so inspiring to see nature bounce back.
Life in Between Gates is brought to you by Surefoot, DNA Vibe, CB Sports, Tough Shed, Mazda, and Taos, home of the 2023 World Pro Ski Tour World Championships. That will do it for the 2023 season on the World Pro Ski Tour's Life in Between Gates. And what a year it was. It saw breakout seasons for both Simone Kamalander and Aaron Milzinski. Bear Valley clean sweeps for both Milzinski and David Ketterer. And outstanding performances at the World Championships for Switzerland's Rito Schmidiger, Jeffrey Reed of Canada, America's Tricia Mangan and Paula Molson, and of course, Canadian Aaron Milzinski. Life in Between Gates brought you up close and personal with some of today's best skiers and living legends, including David Ketterer and Ted Ligety. This has been the World Pro Ski Tour 2023.